So you're gearing up for your CDL vehicle inspection test. You've studied the checklist, right? But do you know what the examiner is really looking for when they're standing there with that clipboard? Today, we're going to go way beyond just the list. We're getting inside the examiner's head to understand the safety mindset that's the real difference between a pass and a fail. Let's dive in. Look, you've probably memorized all the parts, the pre-trip inspection checklist by heart, but is that really enough? The person standing there isn't just listening for you to rattle off keywords, no way. They're looking for proof that you get something much, much more important than just memorization. And this right here, this is what it's all about. It's the whole game. The examiner needs to see that you can connect a specific component, say a worn-out brake pad, to a potentially life-or-death decision out on the highway. See, it's not about just passing a test. It's about proving you have the safety mindset to protect yourself, your cargo, and everyone else on the road. Okay, so let's start exactly where the examiner starts, with the absolute foundation of the vehicle. I mean, before you can even think about driving this thing, you got to prove that the truck's core structure is solid, sound, and ready to handle the stress of the road. We're going to break this first part down into 4 absolutely critical areas. Think of it as the skeleton and the feet of your rig. We're talking the frame, the suspension that keeps the ride stable, and of course, the wheels and tires that literally connect you to the pavement. Let's get into it. The rule here is actually pretty simple. Nothing should be bent, broken, or missing. When an examiner spots something like a leaky shock absorber, they're not just ticking a box. They're thinking, this driver won't have proper control in an emergency. And that's it. That's the direct link from one small defect to a huge on-road safety failure. The same bent, broken, or missing rule applies here to the wheels. But here's the kind of pro-level detail examiners love to see you catch: rust streaks. If you see rust streaks coming from the lug nuts, that's not just a little cosmetic issue. Oh no, it's a huge red flag that a lug nut is loose, which could lead to a wheel literally coming off on the highway. Your tires are your only connection to the road, so this check is absolutely massive. It's a real rapid-fire series of observations. You need proper tread depth, no deep cuts or weird bulges, and secure valve stems. If you've got duals, make sure they're not rubbing and there's no debris wedged in between. And here's a critical safety rule you just gotta know. Never, ever mix radial and bias ply tires on the same axle. That's an automatic fail for sure. All right, so the foundation is secure. Now the examiner's focus shifts directly to you, the driver. This next section is all about the systems that give you direct command and control of this massive vehicle. Can you steer it? And maybe more importantly, can you stop it? So your first real control check happens before you even turn the key. The CDL manual is super clear about this. You have to physically get in there and grab the steering components to feel for any looseness. If there's more than a couple of inches of play in that steering wheel, that's an immediate red flag for any examiner. Okay, on to the brakes, starting with the parking brake. This is a simple 5-step test that you have to know cold. You just have to. Belt on, brake set, pop it in a low gear, and then gently pull. The goal is super simple. The truck should not move. It should hold firm. If it inches forward, you've got a serious problem. Next up is the service brake, your foot brake. This test is all about checking the brake's performance while in motion. So you release the parking brake, roll forward nice and slow. We're talking just about 5 miles per hour. And then you apply the brake pedal firmly. But you're not just checking if it stops, you're feeling for how it stops. And this quote right here is exactly what you need to remember. If that truck yanks hard to the left or to the right when you hit the brakes, that points to a serious problem in the braking system. Could be uneven wear, could be a faulty component. An examiner knows that out on the highway at speed, that little pull could become a really dangerous swerve. Okay, foundation is good, your controls are good. Now, how do you communicate with everybody else on the road? I mean, that's what this section is all about. Your lights, your reflectors, your windshield, they are your voice out there. This part is a full sweep of every single light and reflector. We're talking headlights, turn signals, flashers, brake lights, the whole shebang. And for every single one, you need to be asking the examiner's 3 favorite questions. Is it clean? Is it working? And is it the right color? That right there, that's the mantra. And hey, seeing isn't just about lights. It's about your own visibility, right? Your driver's side window and your windshield have to be clean. Your wiper blades can't have any damage, and the arms need to have the right amount of tension against the glass. I mean, if you can't see out, you can't operate safely. It's really that simple. We are in the home stretch of the inspection now. This final section covers all those remaining items you have to check to make sure your rig isn't just secure, but that it's also fully legal to be out on the road. This is kind of the final sweep, covering everything from your cargo to your paperwork. Is the load properly blocked and braced? Is your safety equipment, like that fire extinguisher, good to go? Do you have all your permits in the cab? These are not minor details, believe me. An unsecured tarp or missing paperwork can get you pulled off the road in a heartbeat. So, we've walked through the entire vehicle, piece by piece. Now let's bring it all back together to the single most important component of any safe vehicle, the professional driver. You. This right here, this is the whole point. The test, the manual, all the laws, they aren't asking you to just be a robot who can list parts. No, they're asking you to see a loose bolt and immediately understand that it could lead to a catastrophic failure at 60 miles per hour. That connection, from a tiny detail to a huge consequence, that is the safety mindset. And at the end of the day, the entire inspection boils down to one non-negotiable rule. If you find anything unsafe, you do not drive. You get it fixed. This isn't a suggestion, it is the law. Operating an unsafe commercial vehicle is illegal, and it's completely irresponsible. Period. So that's the real question, isn't it? Not just for the examiner, but for your entire career. Is this whole inspection just a chore you have to get through to pass a test? Or is it the professional habit that's going to get you and everyone else home safely every single day? Make it a habit for life.